Hello, and welcome to
Robert Robertson's
family. My name is Gustavo.
Robert Robertson's,
But you can call me
Mr. Cat.
Welcome to Tier 2, Part 1 of 3 of the gigantic internet iceberg. If you didn't see Episode 1, good, please never watch that video. This iceberg chart was made by a potted plant and disastrous day, so you can thank them for my declining mental health. An iceberg chart is a way of sorting information from most known to least known. Now, you're probably going, yeah, everybody knows that, why are you explaining it? Well, iceberg charts are an entry on this tier, so killing two birds with one stone. And just one thing I want to add before we get into this. The voiceover through entries VTubers through Blue Sky sound really bad. So if you want to skip ahead, I made a timestamp when I sound normal. Oh yeah, make sure to like and subscribe and hit the bell button and give me your credit card information. VTubers and HoloLive production. VTubers are streamers who use 3D models that track their movement so that the models look like they're actually in real life.
Spaghetti!
Often they use anime characters, but sometimes they use different things like peanuts. There are shocking amounts of YouTubers who use peanuts as avatars. HoloLive is basically just an agency who manages a bunch of these VTubers. Everywhere at the End of Time. Everywhere at the End of Time is an album by The Caretaker that's over 6 hours long. It's supposed to be a musical representation of the state of mental decline experienced by people with dementia. In 2020, it became a popular trend to listen to the entire album in one sitting. Harambe the Gorilla. Harambe the Gorilla was a gorilla from the Cincinnati Zoo. In 2016, a little boy climbed into the gorilla enclosure. Harambe began to interact with the kid. Some say he was playing with the kid, and while others say he was trying to harm the kid. The zoo clearly thought it was the latter and shot Harambe. The story was one of the most reported news stories of 2016, most likely only being surpassed by the US elections. It was an interesting moral dilemma. Some thought the zoo was in the wrong for shooting Harambe. Some thought Harambe was in the wrong for attacking the child. Some thought the parents were wrong for not taking care of their child, while some thought the kid was wrong for wandering off in the first place. Either way, it will continue to be one of the most popular moral debates. Weird Kids videos / Elsagate. Since Weird Kid videos are pretty self-explanatory, I'm mainly focusing on Elsagate for this one. Elsagate videos were weird videos uploaded by weird YouTube channels targeted at kids. They mainly featured Elsa for girls and Spider-Man for boys. If you watch one of these videos, you could tell one major thing. They're really fucking weird. Most of them have like pregnancy and poo and syringes, and the syringes I really don't get. Like, what kid likes syringes? Like if you're trying to make a YouTube like stuff for kids, then why put syringes? In case you couldn't already tell, besides the fact that you probably already heard the story a billion times, this is fetish content, but like, how are you gonna groom children like syringes? That doesn't make any sense. Who is attracted to syringes? Is it like because boob implants, they kind of use like syringes, except I don't even think they do. Like I understand, well I don't understand them actually, but I know there are pregnancy and poop fetishes, sadly. Tom Pearl, I'm specifically talking about you. What was that term again? Oh yes, grooming little children, I forgot. People began to catch on to these bizarre videos, and after that, YouTube began to purge these videos from YouTube and YouTube Kids. YouTube poops. This after Elsagate is probably like the biggest whiplash I've had in the series so far, but by the time I'm done, it's probably not even going to be in top 10 or top 50 or top 137 specifically. YouTube poops are just heavily edited clips from TV shows and video game cutscenes, often using memes popular in early 2010s like Ouija, Shoot the Whoop, and those weird Philips CDI, Mario, and Zelda games. Although I guess those are like memes spawned off of YTP and not memes used in YTP. As a kid, I genuinely like pissed myself watching one of these. Like, not metaphorically, like literally pissed myself. I don't even know why I watched these. YTPs were like way after my time, but well, whatever. Justin Y / YouTube commenters. YouTube commenters are just people who comment on YouTube videos frequently. Justin Y is definitely the most famous YouTube commenter. In the early days of YouTube, he used to be everywhere, but he hasn't been as frequent with his comments lately. Or maybe he has, and YouTube is just so big it's hard to find him now. Sometimes whenever you This has unsurprisingly gotten them into lots of trouble over the years. They've gotten in trouble with Australia, Germany, the United States, and the United Kingdom of Great Britain and Northern Ireland. Blue Whale Challenge / Jonathan Galindo. The Blue Whale Challenge is a challenge that tasks the viewer to do increasingly disturbing events before tasking the player to go on the sewer slide. Jonathan Galado were multiple accounts all given the same moniker of Jonathan Galando, who asked people to play the Blue Whale Challenge. And if I saw this like fucker, I'd probably want to go into suicide too. Death the Killer. Death the Killer is a creepypasta from 2011. Now the story isn't all that interesting, and I mean it is, but it's not for the right reasons, I'll tell you that. The story is terrible, almost as terrible as my videos. Well, the main reason as to why people care is the image. Now, I'll admit, the image is creepy as shit. I never really cared for creepypastas as a kid, and I was too much of a pussy for that shit, so a lot of the time was spent like watching Dan TTM, Stacks Got Games, and previously mentioned YTP and the Annoying Orange for some fucking reason. I wish I was joking about that last one. But even without the childhood trauma most had attached to it, it's still pretty scary. But since it's actually a good attempt at horror, we know the author of the original creepypasta didn't make it. There's a big search going on for the original image. Since it's its own entry, I'll come back later. DeviantArt / fetish art. DeviantArt is a website that's used to post people's art, whether it be digital drawings, physical drawings, 3D models, animations, or even sometimes games. While it's not as popular for art as regular social media platforms like Reddit or Instagram, nobody uses Reddit to post. Sorry, ignore that. It still has a loyal user base. It still has a loyal user base. Due to letting NSFW art on its website, it's opened the floodgates for some weird shit, I'll tell you that much. Iceberg charts. Just like YouTube from last year, I have no idea what the fuck this is referring to. I think this might just be a joke entry made to people go insane looking for it, so I'll just move on. Ohm plus Ohm challenge hoax. YouTube doesn't like it when you talk about this, so I had to change the name around, and instead of the little bird lady, you're gonna get the next best thing, Walter White Chinchilla.
Holy fuck, I'm coming. Wallace, holy fuck, I'm coming. Wallace, holy fuck, I'm coming. Wallace, holy fuck.
Momo is a pretty similar to the Blue Whale Challenge from like animators on this iceberg. The backrooms slash liminal spaces. These were originally separate, but I decided to combine them because they're pretty intertwined. I think this should go in tier 1 considering Backrooms has a whole movie coming out about it, but whatever. The Backrooms is an image of a desolate room with yellow wallpaper posted to 4chan. From there, an Anon posted a short little story attached to it. The Backrooms is an example of a liminal space. They're basically just desolated places that seem familiar to most people. Like Jeff the Killer, there's been a search for the original image, and it has its own entry, but unlike Jeff the Killer, the original image has been found. Most of the Backrooms lore comes from a community-made wiki, just like the SCP Foundation. The Secure, Contain, Protect Foundation is a collaborative wiki worked on by multiple people. The wiki is dedicated to anomalies, or as they call them, SCPs, which, by the way, is a stupid name because that just means Secure, Contain, Protects, which doesn't make any sense, but that's not the point. The Foundation tries to keep these SCPs under control. They can be dangerous, friendly, places, objects, or just random dudes. Pornhub. Pornhub is the most popular site for porn. What else you want me to say? I guess it's kind of weird how it's in tier 2 despite OnlyFans being in tier 1. I guess. EDP445. EDP445 is a big YouTuber, famous for his cooking videos. He primarily does baking videos. He bakes cakes, pies, bread, and of course, his signature cupcakes. His content mainly appeals to children who are interested in cooking. Around 2021, he rose to stardom after he gave out free cupcakes to children, therefore gaining even more fans and supporters. Overall, EDP445 is one of the most wholesome influencers on the web. Hazbin Hotel is a fucking show made for fucking adults. It was made by fucking VisiPop, who also fucking made fucking Hell of a Boss. It fucking is streaming on fucking Prime fucking Video. Bing is a fucking... Oh, well, I don't have to talk like VisiPop anymore. Bing is just a search engine. I don't know why it's down here. It's pretty surface level, but I don't know. I didn't make the Iceberg chart. Direman is a YouTuber who posts these like little stories. The first thing you notice about Direman is that his videos are stupid as shit. They usually have incredibly cliche plots and writing. They always feel like a scene from a Disney Channel original movie, and they always have like some shoo-in meaning to them. But even despite that, I still love them. I remember like in the 8th grade, me and my best friend Landon would go get our lunch, and then we come to our class, science class. Usually had 2 other people, Sean and Sadie. Sadie, I still don't have the essay. Where is it? And we would watch Iron Man. I don't remember why we decided to watch Iron Man, but we did that anyways, and they were so funny to point and laugh at. Another story relating to my 8th grade science class. I remember like I used to go in my science class and start stealing candy. They had a big bucket of candy and I stole from it. The teacher never paid any attention, so got away with it scot-free most times. But then after class, there was this kid. I'm not gonna say his name. I'm just gonna say his name was Prime. He was in the class, and I was gonna steal some candy, but in all my wisdom, I decided, yeah, I'm just gonna steal in front of him and tell him, please, don't tell anybody. But then, you know, he obviously did, because of course he would. And that was like my first time getting ISS. It was low-key kind of chill though. I just kind of like had to do a book report over this one book. Like what was it? I don't remember the name. It had a cool cover, so that's why I picked it. It's like an anthology book. I think and then when I was done, I just kind of played like Mr. Drilly on whatever that game was on, like cool math games. You wanna know the worst part though? Or second worst part? I did all that for some Smarties. Fucking Smarties. Not even anything good. Smartie. You wanna know the worst part? While that happened, while I went to ISS, my friends were watching Guess the Italian Brain Rot quiz on YouTube. Wait, shit, I brought it up. I have to talk about it now. Italian Brain Rot. Italian Brain Rot is a meme featuring I don't know, animals and humans combined with objects. Some Italian brain rot include tongue, sahur. Actually, you know what? I'm not listening anymore. I'm not downloading more Italian brain rot to my hard drive. Anyways, I'm done with this brain rot shit. What's next? Skibbity Toilet. Skibbity Toilet is a video of a man's head coming out of a toilet. Later, an entire series spawned from it. I have this like a Skibbity Toilet toy. I don't know where it went. It terrifies me every day. I feel like it stalks me, and I have no idea where it is. So that's great. Anyways, I'm done with this brain rot shit. What's next? I'm Odin din done. 6'7" is a lyric in a song Doot Doot by Skrilla. It's unknown why he said that, probably just to indicate somebody's tall. Some fuck ass kid decided that he was gonna say it out loud at a basketball game, and now there's 6'7" YouTube videos. Awesome, who is making this content? I hope anybody making this shit gets locked up for life. I was gonna move on, but 6'7" is like part of an interesting phenomenon. Yes, stay with me. I've never heard anyone talk about this, so I'll just go ahead and talk about it. Like, so like the meme started out as a kid sincerely saying it because he thought it'd be funny. Then people see the video and think, well, this shit is fucking stupid, and start saying it ironically. This is where like I personally found the meme, so I'm not a LARPer like you guys. I can't even fucking say that serious. I can't say that with a straight face. And since people are stupid, they hear it always being said ironically, think they are saying it because they genuinely think it's funny and hop on the bandwagon. It's a phenomenon that happens with basically every meme that uses irony. Nikocado Avocado. This is a not safe for work tag, and I don't know why, unless they're considering his OnlyFans, which I'd actually rather not acknowledge that. Nikocado Avocado is probably the most popular mukbang YouTuber, which mukbang is a genre of YouTube videos where people just eat ungodly amounts of quantities of food, typically noodles. He's infamous for his freakout videos and his fall from grace, back when he looked like a pile of twigs. In 2024, he made a video where he revealed that all of the videos were staged. Well, not the part where he's fucking fat, but the part where he acts like a toddler were staged. And that he is now a living branch and didn't eat his pet parrot. I should probably explain that. Nikocado Avocado used to have a parrot and it disappeared at one point and people thought he ate the pet parrot. No, he's alive, so that's pretty cool. I actually went to his channel. He's still skinny to this day, so that's cool. Agor.io, or as normal people call it, Agario, is a website where you play with a bunch of players and compete to absorb them. It's basically the multiplayer version of those shitty whole mobile games, or if you're cool, Tasty Planet. I tried playing it because when I formatted this entry, it took like the link to the site. It's gone to shit. There were like 9 ads shoved in my face and fucking loot crates. I'm not spending fucking money on loot crates for fucking agar.io. Wait, I'm not a normal person. I said like agar. Oh no. I promise I'm normal. Good Mythical Morning is a podcast run by the hosts Rin and Link that starts each morning, Monday through Friday. It features doing strange things. Me at the Zoo is the first YouTube video ever uploaded to the site. It's a 20-second dick joke, and I love that. YouTube is like the biggest site on earth besides Google, which I feel like is cheating. And it to just start with a fucking 20-second dick joke is incredible. Anyways, here's the second worst video I've ever watched. Siren Head / Trevor Henderson. Siren Head is a monster made by Trevor Henderson. It uses its siren to lure unsuspecting victims to him and eat them. Trevor Henderson has also made other characters. Some of my favorites are Longhorse, Cartoon Cat, the Upside Down Man, and the Milkman. He's just funny, okay? I'm a pretty big fan of his works, and I'm kind of sad that his most famous work is Tattoo. Fucking Hulk vs. Siren Head Fat TV video. Actually, I take that back. I'd wish my most famous work were attached to that video. Look at this fucking shit I found. Why does he have variants like he's fucking invincible or some shit? Like we have Lamppost Man, sure. I guess that makes sense. That'd be good for luring and prey. Traffic Light Man, I guess that worked too. I don't like how he also has sirens, but whatever. Purple Multi-Siren Head Man, that's just dumb. Radiohead Man, I feel like that's just the same thing, but less efficient because it'd be less good for camouflage. TV Head Man, that wouldn't really work. Would he have to like squat into like the drawer the TV is on? I don't even know what that's supposed to be. It's Torchwood from Plants vs. Zombies. Toilet Man. Does he like go in the sewer system and like take off people's toilets and pretend that he's them? What the fuck would he have to gain from that? Eating people's shit? Then Poo Poo Man, because why not? Besides the obvious. I remember watching like Gmod videos of people playing with Trevor Henderson creatures and I wanting to play them so bad. But when I finally got Gmod, I never played with them once. I remember getting some clay and sculpting these monsters inspired by Trevor Henderson and making the stupid ass Boogerman creature. Good times, my man. Unis Honest, which by the way is a name I'm 99% sure was only picked to make people read it Anus on their first try, is a channel run by Markiplier and some other guy I don't care about. The whole gimmick of the channel is that it only has 1 year to run, and once that year's up, all the videos will be deleted. Once that year was up, a live stream counting down to the channel's deletion started. Rule 34. Rule 34 of the internet is an entry that's literally just a definition, so it's pretty easy to explain. Quote, if it exists, there's porn of it. No exceptions. You know, something I always wondered is like, what are the other 33 rules? Hold on, in fact, let me go look them up. Okay, I looked it up and I found the Internet Archive link, which once again just proves the Internet Archive is the best site of all time. And yeah, this is definitely some early internet shit. Let me read off the first 10. Number 1, do not talk about me. Number 2, do not talk about me. Number 3, we are anonymous. Number 4, anonymous is a legion. Number 5, anonymous never forgives. And number 6, anonymous can be horrible, scentless, and an uncaring monster. Number 7, anonymous is still able to deliver. Number 8, there is no real rules about posting. Number 9, there is no real rules about moderating either. Enjoy your ban. Number 10, if you enjoy any rival sites, don't, because if you do, you're annoying. So I hope the next entry isn't just porn too. Hentai. SMG4. SMG4 is a machinima channel run by the Super Hobo Bros. It makes videos in Gary's mod telling what can legally qualify as a story. I remember watching these videos at an age where I definitely shouldn't have watched them. Nowadays, SMG4's definitely not my humor. Nine Gag is a site dedicated to sharing memes. It's basically just an even worse version of iFunny. Blippi is a popular kids content creator. He makes video where he goes to places and shows kids all about said places. I could talk about what he did before he became a kids creator, but that's his own entry, so I'll save that. Urban Dictionary. Urban Dictionary is an online dictionary. What separates it from other dictionaries is that it has no quality control at all. I was gonna read one of the definitions I found on there, but I don't have enough self-respect to read this. You could just look at it. Etika was a YouTuber who got popular due to his reaction to various gaming news. On June 20th, 2019, he posted a video titled I'm Sorry, where he discussed his mental health and thoughts of self-harm. He sadly followed through on those thoughts of self-harm and jumped off a bridge and drowned. A memorial has since been placed in his hometown. Blue Sky. Blue Sky is a social media platform similar to Twitter. Now you might be asking, what separates this from Twitter? And that's a good question. Sonic.exe/exe game. Sonic.exe is a creepypasta that later got turned into a game. It features a bloody-eyed Sonic the Hedgehog killing Tails, Knuckles, and Eggman. It was pretty popular in the 2010s, but kind of died down significantly, until that blue-haired piece of shit came along and gave it a huge revival. That led to like a bunch of different fucking variants of him being made, like fucking Lord X. It's just so fucking stupid. Like I already think Sonic's lame as shit. Like not the actual games. I guess they're fine, but like the actual character, he just makes me angry. Like trying to make an edgier version of him, it's not cool. That's dumb. Also, the creator is a PDS, so that probably has something to do with it. But still, like even when I was like a fucking child, I hated that. You know, damn right. It was probably because of Wreck-It Ralph, honestly. I think I just got mad that Mario didn't show up. You know, I was a big Mario head and got really disappointed when he didn't come up. Like in one scene, where it says, "Oop, that must be Mario," and then that stupid ass fucking dumbass chud came out.
I'll bet that's Mario. Fashionably late, per the norm.
I'll get it, Felix.
It's me, Mario.
Now I know the reason Mario didn't appear in it, because Nintendo didn't allow Mario to be on the big screen after the disaster that was the original Super Mario Brothers film. But like, you know, it still made me angry. Also, why was he on that like TV screen in that one scene? Like, why not use like Donkey Kong or Pac-Man in that one scene? Like Donkey Kong, I know they didn't allow Mario to show up, but they let Bowser, so like, why not Donkey Kong? He didn't even make a cameo in the movie, like why? Also, Pac-Man, there's just no excuse, he's already in the movie. He should just be in the movie. Actually, what does Pac-Man sound like?
Wait, now give me the wrench. No, that's the hammer. I want the wrench.
You know, never mind. They could keep Sonic in there. Does Sonic even have any arcade games? Why is he in an arcade-themed movie? Hold on, let me go look it up. The fuck is this Flicky? What the fuck is Flicky? That's not Sonic, that's just a cat. That's not even a stylized cat. That's just a cat hunting after birds. Who the fuck made this game? Oh wait, is it like... Oh, I see it because like the little animals from the Sonic games are in there. I still think that's stupid to count it as a Mario game. It's like fucking counting that one Legend of Zelda game with the Goombas as a Mario game, but I guess whatever. Wasn't I supposed to be talking about Sonic.exe instead of Sonic arcade games? Yeah, I forgot. I completely just forgot to mention the EXE format. So the EXE format is basically just taking the same format as the Sonic.exes and, you know, making other properties scary like Mario.exe or Minecraft.exe or AngryBirds.exe or Squidward.exe. How to Basic. How to Basic is a YouTube channel that pretends to be a regular storage channel until he makes a total mess of his room, usually throwing a bunch of eggs everywhere. I always wondered what he did after he turned off his camera. Does he just sit in shame, wondering what in his life led to this moment? Why he does this? Anyways, his face is a big mystery, and I know you fuckers love your damn mystery, so... He posted a video showing that he was Vsauce, but then it just devolved into a bunch of YouTubers saying that they were How to Basic. The Gummy Bear Song. The Gummy Bear Song is a video that has a fat green gummy bear singing about how he's a gummy bear. I remember listening to this song a lot as a kid for some fucking reason. This song is straight fucking noise pollution. I have no idea why I listen to this. It also has its own goddamn movie. Direct-to-DVD movie, that is, but it's a movie nonetheless. Jeffree Star. Jeffree Star is a drag queen, and he's done some pretty controversial things. You know, there's like every fucking influencer on, like collaborating with Shane Dawson, naming products weird shit like Psychedelic Circus, and apparently being transphobic despite, you know, being a drag queen. I know those things aren't technically the same, but rat or mice. Watcher. Watcher is a ghost hunting channel. I don't really care about this content because, you know, once I stopped being 8 years old, I realized ghosts aren't real. Devious Lick. The Devious Lick Challenge is a challenge where you vandalize school property, often just taking shit from there. Like, people have managed to take entire fucking toilets from their school. And also, I guess, there was that one time that guy licked the toilet seat too. Omegle. Omegle was a popular chatting site that paired other people with random people from the site. It got shut down around 2025 due to how many predators were on the site. Trollface and the Trollage. Trollface is a popular meme of a figure doing an extremely weird face. It's one of the most popular memes ever, and debatably the face of memes themselves. Trollage that was the worst video I've ever seen in my life. Poppy Playtime. Poppy Playtime is a horror game series. It's pretty popular and has 5 games. They're called chapters, but game sounds cooler. You know, I don't really care about the series, so most of the time I forget that, like, that Huggy Wuggy dude has only appeared for like 10% of the series, if not less. Shipping. Shipping is when you take 2 characters and romantically pair them. Oftentimes, these shippings are often written as literature. They often get posted to fanfiction.net, a site used to share people's fanfictions. Wattpad. Wattpad is a site used to read ebooks. Tech companies are spying on you. No, this isn't a conspiracy theory, although it's a lot more threatening than it sounds. They don't like just have people watching what you do at all times. They kind of just take your data sometimes, like take your search results, mainly to see what you like, to give you ads for products you're more likely to buy, which is fine by me because I'm too broke to buy anything anyways. 2B2T. 2B2T is an anarchy Minecraft server, which, if you don't know, anarchy Minecraft servers are just servers meant to cause as much chaos as possible. It's one of the longest running servers ever, and its history is rich. I could like probably make a video as long as this video itself about this, but I really don't want to, actually. Yes, the image you're looking at right now is indeed the server. Furries. Furries are people who dress up in anthropomorphic fursuits. Tor. Tor is a browser extension used to reach the deep and dark web. I'm not looking up any more about it because I feel like if I do that, I'm gonna wake up in an impoverished Ukrainian village with an AK-47 in my hand and thousands of corpses underneath me. Deepfakes. Deepfakes are fake pictures, videos, and audios of people who didn't actually make the videos, pictures, and audios. Death Grips. Death Grips is a hip-hop band consisting of Stephen Burnett, Zach Hill, and Andy Moran. Speedrunning. Speedrunning is the act of trying to beat a game as fast as possible. The most famous game to speedrun is Mario 64, of course popularized by its famous backwards long jump. Doom scrolling. Doom scrolling is the process of scrolling till you find something interesting. NFTs. NFTs, short for non-fungible tokens, are pictures that are bought with cryptocurrency. Now, I'm not going to show you one of these NFTs because I don't own them. I didn't buy one. Anyways, the NFT market has crashed, so I bought one. Here's mine. Does it look good? Mo, anthropomorphism, and
Jijinka.
These are the processes of turning non-human things into humans. For anthropomorphism, it's animals, and for
Jijinka,
it's objects. I don't really know why this is even on the iceberg. Is it because, like, furries? If it was for that, then why did it come after furries? Why would you even need an explanation of that at all? I wouldn't need to explain to you what currency is to explain to you what Bitcoin. And also, like, if it really is this important, like, in tier 2, even though the most popular character of all time is anthropomorphized. Incels. Incels, also known as involuntary celibates, are men who can't find romantic relationships with women. Now, of course the reason they can't find romantic relationships isn't because they're a miserable asshole who spends all day on 4chan. It's actually because women are evil. And we'll see a lot more from incels going further down.
Drill, sometimes known as Wint, is a Twitter account that posts nonsensical tweets. It's unknown who runs his account, but there's a bunch of theories. Copy pastas. What the fuck did you just fucking say about me, you little bitch? I'll have you know, I graduated top of my class in the Navy SEALs, and I've been involved in numerous secret raids on the AIQ-2. And I have over 300 confirmed kills. I am trained in guerrilla warfare, and I am the top sniper in the entire US Armed Forces. You are nothing to me but just another target. I'll wipe you fuck out of you with your presence. Doxing. Doxing is the act of leaking somebody's IP address. It's highly frowned upon, but it still happens frequently. Tide Pod Challenge. The Tide Pod Challenge was a challenge where you eat a Tide Pod. Why did people do this? I don't know. Doki Doki Literature Club. Doki Doki Literature Club is a horror game disguised as a visual novel. And it does a pretty damn good job at it. Like, I'm not even gonna lie, I didn't even know this was a horror game. I thought it was just like a mod that made it into a horror game. But it is. Do you guys remember that one Gravity Falls episode that predicted both this and Five Nights at Freddy's? Gary's mod is a Half-Life mod that's been officially published on Steam. It's one of the most popular sandbox games, and it's pretty important to internet culture. It also has a spiritual successor coming out called The Sandbox. It looks pretty fun, but I'm gonna have to wait for the internet to form my opinion on that. Hustle culture. Hustle culture is the process of maximizing your income by extreme discipline. I know that sounded extremely, hey, ChatGPT, generate me one sentence about hustle culture, but there's just so many ins and outs that it's just kind of hard to explain it all. SoundCloud. SoundCloud is a music app. And just like Urban Dictionary, it has zero quality control at all. There's also a subsection of SoundCloud called SoundCloud. It basically just makes a bunch of mashups, which mashups are just mashing two songs together. Online piracy. It should definitely be in tier 1. Everybody knows about piracy, but it doesn't matter. It's just having something for free that is usually paid for. Internet outages. Once again, should definitely be in tier 1. Basically just when the internet goes out. Now, I'm too stupid to understand what DRM is, so here's the first paragraph of the Wikipedia page for it. Digital Rights Management, DRM, is the management of legal access to digital content. Various tools or technological protection measures, such as access control technologies, can restrict the use of prohibited hardware and copyrighted works. DRM technologies govern their use, modification, and distribution of copyrighted works, e.g., software, multimedia content, and of systems that enforce these policies within the device. DRM technologies include licensing agreements and encryption. Google Plus. Google Plus was a defunct attempt by Google to make a hub for all Google products. Most importantly, YouTube. Now, in order to make comments on YouTube, you had to sign into Google Plus, which on the surface doesn't sound too bad. You have to sign into YouTube to make a comment today. Except for the fact that you have to give your full legal name in order to make a Google Plus account. Now, I imagine a lot of people don't want to give their full legal name to Susan Wojcikoff or whatever the fuck her name was. So, this was highly controversial, with even Jod, the maker of Me at the Zoo and co-founder of YouTube, criticizing the decision. Oh yeah, I probably should have mentioned that in the Me at the Zoo segment. The guy in the video was Jod, co-founder of YouTube. But no, it's okay, I need to make room for YouTube short brain rot. Amino. First of all, I have no idea why the fuck this is in tier 2. Nobody knows what Amino is. Or maybe everybody knows what Amino is, and I'm just stupid. Amino was a social media platform that's dedicated to certain subsections like Reddit. It was shut down very recently in December 2025. QAnon was a far-right conspiracy theory that the left and celebrities are part of a pedophilic and cannibalistic league, and that Donald Trump has secret plans to stop them. No, I'm not explaining further. Oversimplified logos. Oversimplified logos are logos that were previously complex but are now heavily simplified. There's also the opposite effect of overcomplication, which is when a logo becomes more complicated. Grindr. Grindr is a gay dating app. That's basically it. I could lie to you. ChatGPT, make me one fun fact about Grindr. Fun fact, Grindr once tested a feature that matched users based on how fast they type. Hey, back, calling it vibe velocity. That is definitely a bullshit fact, alright? Website redesigns. This is just when a website gets redesigned. Like how Agario.io had a bunch of fucking ads and loot crates for no fucking reason. Hashtag MeToo and hashtag Speaking Out. The hashtag MeToo movement was a movement where victims of sexual assault would protest and start, speaking out against sexual harassment and assault. Team Trees and Team C's. Team Trees and Team C's were both sundresses? Why the fuck did I write that in the script? Fundraisers led by Mr. Beast and the Squirrel Parkour guy. For each dollar, they would plant a tree for Team Trees and remove a pond of garbage. A pond of garbage? Who the fuck wrote this shit? This guy's grammar sucks. They would remove a pound of garbage from the ocean for Team C's. Now, some think that Team C's is the sequel to Team Trees, but that's actually not true. The true sequel is Team for Trees 2. Team for Trees 2 is an online shooter game by Valve, and like Gary's mod, it really can't be underestimated how important it is to the internet. Valve in general was just super important. Overwatch. Overwatch is another shooter game that's also pretty important to the internet, but to a lesser extent than Team for Trees 2. Loot boxes and microtransactions. Loot boxes are basically just gambling in video games. They give you a big crate full of bullshit. Microtransactions are used to buy things like said loot crates or in-game currency which can buy those loot crates. Onision. Onision is a man who made a video where he dressed up as a banana. No, he did nothing wrong. I don't know why you would ever think that. Pepe the Frog. Pepe the Frog is a funny little frog originating from The Boys Club. He got used in 4chan memes. Fuck you! He got used in 4chan memes similar to Trollface and Wojak, except instead of multiple characters, it's just the one. Now he's mostly moved away from 4chan and mainly just gets used in like Twitch chat with emotes. He also got associated with the alt-right for a little bit, but now he's just back to being a funny dude. That vegan teacher. You know what, actually, I'm tired of like saying the entry name and then immediately saying it again after I already said it. I'm not doing that anymore. She's a TikTok influencer who promotes veganism in a very annoying way. Most famous and most hated incident was when she spelled out the N-word next to a plush toy of Miss Elena from Daniel Tiger. Smash community controversies. The Smash community is known for two things. One,
I hope my horrible ugliness won't be a distraction to you. Not at all, boy!
for two, the countless amount of grooming allegations. There's an entire page on the Smash Wiki dedicated to them. When I tried looking up a list of Smash Bros. Groomers, Google thought I wanted to look at all Smash Bros. Groomers near me. I don't think I want to know that, actually. While, researching this shit, I found this extremely funny fucking picture Super Mario game leaks. It is so fucking stupid. First of all, we have this fucking fake Smash Bros game called Super Smash Bros Legacy. That's so clearly AI. Why does Mario have a sword? It's supposed to be like the Master Sword from Legend of Zelda. Why is he so tall? Why is he just kind of looking directly? He's not trying to be tough at all. He's just looking. And we have this Super Mario Galaxy 3 leak. That's still probably AI, but it's not as apparent. Might be official art. They definitely did. The person who definitely made this definitely didn't make original art for this. Super Mario Odyssey 2. First of all, it's never coming out. Nintendo would never make products I actually want to buy. That's a joke. Please not put me on Nintendo grifting. And second of all, that's just a screen cap from like the first game. This leak might actually be worse than Super Mario Titan. What the fuck? Okay, I got some even more bullshit. Look at this. What? Look at the search results that Google thinks I want to watch or look up. What strategies drive Cocomelon's YouTube success? I don't know, targeting just fucking toddlers because, toddlers are unemployed. They don't have anything better to do than watch Cocomelon. Or how did simultaneous development of Super Mario and Zelda influence the design? I don't know why Google thinks I want to watch that. I really don't care, to be honest. Guess we're both open world. What are the typical challenges with major sandbox launch? I don't fucking know. And how do internet memes capture the unique experience of living in Alaska? What the fuck are you talking about? What does that mean? Hey, more. This is awesome. Here, I'll go ahead and link this Reddit thread. I really do not want to explain this shit.
Hello everyone, Omum here. That worthless piece of shit Mr. Cat has died. I will now take his place for the rest of the series. Fallout 76 is a game that sucked big farts out of my asshole on release. No Man's Sky was also a game that suffered from the same disability as 76. Oh shit, he's not dead. Oh fuck, what the fuck do I do? Where is my knife? I need to go kill him.
Coffeefy. Coffeefy is a word tweeted out by Donald Trump that spread around the internet because it's funny, I guess. This is its own Wikipedia article. Why? And there's also a section about its impact on horse racing. What? George Floyd murder footage. Do I have to talk about this? Do I have to? I think it's pretty self-explanatory. You guys all know the news story, don't you? Satire news sites. Satire news sites are sites that post only the most reliable information. The most popular one is The Onion, and it's the most prestigious and trusted news site on Earth. Yahoo. Yahoo was the most popular search engine before Google, and it still actually exists today. I don't know why. Who's using this? ProJared/ProJared Controversy. ProJared is a game review channel mainly focusing on RPGs. In 2019, he faced controversy when he allegedly sent fans nudes of himself, some of which being underage. Fact checking. Fact checking is something I'll never do in my life. PC Master Race. PC Master Race is a site dedicated to just absolutely Krispy Kreme, no GMOs, no added sweeteners, all organic, hot and ready flavors, 30 minutes or less, never frozen, 100% fresh glazing PC gaming. Net neutrality / agent pay. Once again, I'm too stupid to understand what net neutrality is, so I'll just give you the first part of the wiki page for it. Net neutrality is sometimes referred to as network neutrality. It's the principle that internet service providers, ISPs, must treat all internet communications equally, offering users and online content providers constant transfer rates regardless of content, website, platform, application, type of equipment, source address, destination address, or method. method of communication, i.e. without price discrimination. Net neutrality was advocated for in the 1990s by presidential administration of Bill Clinton. In the United States, Clinton signed the Telecommunications Act of 1996, an amendment to the Communications Act of 1933 and 2025. An American court ruled that internet companies should not be regulated like utilities, which weakened net neutrality regulations and put decisions in the hands of the United States Congress. Agent Pay, that guy, he just kind of like helped remove net neutrality. Article 13. I tried looking this one up, but I got a bunch of articles for constitutions, but I'm pretty sure it's referring to the one in Europe. I could have just asked Potted Plant, but this is what my Reddit account looks like, and I don't think they would respond to that. Once again, though, I say once again because I'm too stupid to understand what this means. But don't worry, I didn't just pull this from Wikipedia this time. I pulled it from the BBC.
Article 14 says content sound services must license copyright protected material from the right holders. If that is not possible and materials posted on the service, the company may be held liable unless it can demonstrate it's made best efforts to permissions to get copyright from the holder. It made best efforts to ensure the material's specific rights holders were not made available and acted quickly to remove the infringing material whichever was made. These will apply to services that have been available in the EU for more than 30 years or have an annual revenue of over more than 10 million or $11.2 billion. Why'd they specify the dollar amount? Nobody outside of fucking EU is reading this. Except for me, apparently. Hey, once again, this should be in tier 1, but that's not important. It's the practice of making deceptive thumbnails, titles, or purposely saying stuff you don't believe in to get a rise out of people. Raiding. Raiding is the act of streamers sending their viewers into a different streamer's chat. Change.org. Change.org is a site used to make petitions for change.
Hideki Naganuma. Hideki Naganuma
is the composer of Jet Set Radio. However, this entry refers to his Twitter account. On there he posts a bunch of stupid ass tweets. I'll just show one of you them. I can't really describe them. Black Mirror. Black Mirror is an anthology show set in a dystopian future that was heavily inspired by the Twilight Zone. Bella Delphine. Bella Delphine makes porn. That's like it. I guess she sold her bathwater that one time. That was funny. Donald Trump Twitter ban. For a short period around 2021, Donald Trump got banned from Twitter. I guess it wouldn't be as shocking back then because he wasn't president. And also Elon owns Twitter now, so the chances of him getting banned are 0 to -6, but it's still interesting how somebody so important could get banned even if it was for a short time. Parasocial relationships. A parasocial relationship is when somebody is in love with someone who doesn't give a fuck about them, or more likely doesn't even know they exist. If you've ever had like a celebrity crush, that's a parasocial relationship. Ironic memes. Ironic memes are memes heavily using irony or satire as a punchline. These are my favorite kinds of memes because I'm a miserable asshole who can only laugh at something when it's at somebody else's expense. I used to post one on this like somebody called r/12262 or whatever the fuck it was called. That's why I have it in like my Reddit name, and I don't know what the fuck I was doing in there. Why did I post shit like that? Scott Cawthon donation controversy. For those who don't know, Scott Cawthon is the creator of Five Nights at Freddy's. In 2020, donations leaked showing he donated all his Faz coins to right-leaning political figures, including Donald Trump, which was pretty upsetting for the FNAF community because everyone there is gay. Since then, he's moved on from the FNAF series and has lent the rights to other developers like Steel Wool, who, as we all know, makes completely finished products with 0 bugs at all. He's also done smaller FNAF games like Freddy in Space 2, that fighting game I forgot the name of, and Freddy in Space 3, aka Chica in Space, aka FNAF the Movie the Game, aka FNAF 59, aka Cupcakes Take Manhattan, aka Plushies Take Manhattan. I just realized that like these fucking shitty ass Freddy in Space games are the closest we're ever getting to FNAF World 2, which really upsets me actually. You know, in like final MatPat video or game theory video, like when they like pulled up to Scott's house, I had no idea where the fuck that was. I thought it was like MatPat's dad. He like blamed me. There were like 5 pictures of this man on the internet, and like none of them have a full beard. Gorilla Glue Girl. The Gorilla Glue Girl was just a girl who put fucking Gorilla Glue in her hair for some fucking reason. Hero Brian. Hero Brian is a creepypasta of an evil Steve with white eyes. Hey, at least it wasn't black or red eyes. The story goes that some guy was playing Minecraft and he saw mysterious structures and oddities, and then he saw an evil Steve in the distance. And then he asked Notch about it, and he said that fucking Hero Brian is his dead brother. This isn't true since Notch doesn't even have a brother. And also no shit, though it's still spread like fire you just placed on a helpless villager's house. It's so popular that even Minecraft itself frequently references it in patch notes saying, "Remove Hero Brian," in the Minecraft movie referencing him, and is speculated to be the villain in the sequel. Original characters, also known as OCs. Original characters are just characters made by random people that are sometimes original to the author. Most of the time, they're not actual characters, but just kind of designs. Lo-fi hip-hop. Lo-fi hip-hop is a genre of music that samples old 90s music and adds drums over it. Okay, I don't really like this kind of music. I think it's incredibly boring and bland.
Hello, Omam again. I sound different because that dumbass who runs this channel couldn't find the same text-to-speech voice. Anyways, I'm here to talk about another shitty, unpolished game upon release. 2077. Imagine what I said like 12 minutes ago, but for this game.
WikiHow. WikiHow is a site dedicated to teaching people how to do various things. It's most well known for its weird articles and pictures attached to said articles. Wendy's Twitter account. Wendy's Twitter account is known for posting roast and relatable memes. I don't really like this whole things of brands trying to be hip and cool, but I'll give them a pass because they were first. Still not giving them a pass for that one ad though.
Whew, eat spicy goodness like a
Board Button. The Board Button is a site that takes you to other random fun sites. Originally I had like a segment to Neil Fun planned for this, but Neil Fun is in tier 3, so I guess I won't. This I didn't put this in the script because this was like after I finished writing it, but like I decided to go to that site, and like it took me to the site called like pick a kitten and I will guess your location or something, and it knew my location, like exactly. Should I be concerned? Keemstar. Keemstar is a professional garden gnome and YouTuber, host of Drama Alert. Now, you think somebody who runs a channel called Drama Alert would, you know, not cause drama and only report it. But you'd be wrong, you fucking idiot. Fuck you, you're fucking stupid, I hate you. He's caused drama on multiple occasions. His most famous example, or rather infamous, is when he made fun of the previously mentioned Etika for him being mentally ill, saying he should go jump off a cliff, which he didn't jump off a cliff, but he did jump off a bridge, and it'd be stupid to say that it didn't have a factor in his situation. Super Mario Logan. Super Mario Logan is a channel in the plush community niche. He uses plushies of Mario characters to tell stories. In 2021, Nintendo sent him a cease and desist letter, saying that he could no longer use the Mario characters. Ever since then, he's been using legally distinct plushies. Apparently after this is when he like fell off or whatever the fuck. Do people really care about this channel? Like, Do people care about this fucking channel where some grown man plays with plush dolls? Really? This doesn't have anything to do with anything, but look at this image I found while trying to find a video of this. I just want you to absorb it real quick. Town Road. Old Town Road is a song by Lil Nas X and is one of the only tolerable country songs ever made. Shooting Stars. Shooting Stars is a song by Bad Raiders. It's pretty damn famous for such an unknown band, and it's one of 2 entries on this tier that's a cult classic, released 1.5 decades ago, has an ethereal music video, and didn't gain traction until much later. If you're well seasoned in internet culture, you're probably gonna recognize the other one. And also it took like 10% of the thumbnail, so that's probably a good giveaway. Well, the prototype thumbnail. In the actual one, he'll take up less. 5-minute Crash and other channels. It's just a channel who makes weird life hack videos. There are other channels who post similar content, like 1, 2, 3, go. WannaCry is our first virus entry, besides, well, viruses. WannaCry was a ransomware virus that asked for $300 worth of Bitcoin in return for your files. And this was back in like 2017, where Bitcoin was a scary thing and not that thing unemployed Andrew Tate and Elon Musk fans post about 24/7. The WannaCry virus was one of, if not the most popular and widespread viruses ever. It took advantage of a Windows security issue known as Eternal Blue. Now, I don't know what the fuck that means either. The worst part is, you didn't even have to click on a link or anything. If you didn't have like the latest version of Windows, oh, you probably got that shit. So I guess those updates aren't so annoying. I mean, they still are, but I guess they're annoying for a purpose.
Shit, look at this stupid bullshit. Restarting in 12 minutes and 58 seconds. This shit comes up on my computer every single day. Good afternoon, sir. Could we interest you in time? Oh my.
Holy fuck, I'm coming.
The internet was a mistake. The internet was a mistake is a phrase that gets said whenever somebody finds something weird on the internet. And this phrase is probably going to be ringing in my head for these later parts of the Iceberg. Ricardo Milos. Ricardo Milos is a gay porn star. He got popular in 2019 for this video of him dancing. It's been rumored that he's died, but there's no like actual proof of that. 419 scams. 419 scams are when somebody contacts you asking for money in return for a larger quantity of money. Probably the most famous type of scam, just behind the Nigerian prince. No Nut November. No Nut November, often abbreviated to NNN, is a challenge where you try not to bust for the entirety of November. Me personally, I'm more of a fan of Stop Shitting September, but that's just me. PogChamp removal. PogChamp is a Twitch emote with 2 variants, one of a Komodo dragon and the other being the face of Ryan Gutschroth. The second variant was removed due to Ryan Gurutso supporting further violence after the storming of Capitol on January 6th. It's not like it matters anyway, so the Komodo dragon one was always better. iFunny. iFunny is a site dedicated to sharing memes. I hate myself. It's garnered a reputation for not being funny at all. This is why you often see people getting disappointed in themselves for laughing at memes with iFunny watermarks. Quora. Quora is a site dedicated to asking questions. It's known for most of the questions being weird as shit. It's been a recurring theme of this video, like normal websites getting ruined by fucking weird shit people put on there. Morgs. Morgs is a YouTuber known for being really goddamn annoying.
Yeah, it's rewind time. Yeah, if I control rewind, I would want Fortnite and Marquez Brownlee.
YouTube Rewind was a yearly series made by YouTube from 2010 to 2019. It set out to recap all the events in the respective year. The YouTube Rewind in 2018 was very controversial for being a bad recap of YouTube, focusing more on non-YouTube celebrities and ignoring important events like PewDiePie vs T-Series feud. To this day, YouTube Rewind is the most hated video of all time. Well, it would be if YouTube wasn't a fucking pussy and removed that shit. They didn't actually remove it. I think they just unlisted it, but it wasn't even like it was pretty fucking recent too. So they're still butthurt about that shit. The 2019 one was even worse. It's less infamous, but like it's way worse. It's literally just like a fucking top 10 video. Like at least the fucking 2018 one was fucking trying, and it's like unironically it's ironically funny, but the like 2019 one isn't even ironically funny. Like, God. Since then, other YouTubers have tried making unofficial rewinds in their play. Daily Dose of Internet. Daily Dose of an Internet is a channel that posts random internet videos every day, as you know, the title would suggest. YouTube removing the dislike count. In 2021, YouTube made it so that the amount of dislikes a video has can't be viewed anymore. This was a highly controversial decision, as it was harder to see if a video was worth your time. A browser extension has since been released that reinstates the dislikes. Kick Challenge. The Door Kick Challenge is a challenge where you kick a stranger's door. I don't know where it is, tier 2. I don't know what the fuck this is. You know, it's like one of those fucking quote viral internet challenges that nobody has ever done in their life. 9 plus 10 equals 21. 9 plus 10 equals 21 is a meme of a kid being asked what 9 plus 10 is and saying 21. It was originally posted to Vine. You know that thing old people say they wish would really come back, but immediately you go back to using TikTok in one day. Oh yeah, speaking of Vine. Vine was a short-form video platform that predated TikTok, YouTube Shorts, and IG Reels. It only allowed for like 6-second long videos, so people had to work with the limitations. Well, if I'm being honest, I don't really like that. Bowser Fart is too long to post on there. What's the point of social media if I can't even post Bowser Fart everywhere? It shut down in the first quarter of 2017, and I just realized, where the fuck do those like Vine compilation channels get their shit from? What sorcery do they do to get those shit? Anthony Fantano. Anthony Fantano is a YouTuber who posts review music. This isn't really like that important, I just thought it was interesting. But in 2023, he asked Activision for sustainable monetary damages after Activision used his sound in a TikTok for Crash Bandicoot Team Rumble. You know that audio where he screams about how there's too many slices after that guy cuts the pizza? I mean, if a multi-quadrillion dollar company used my audio, I'd want some money. Although, like, it was a viral audio with lots of others using it. He didn't get mad then. Also, it's not even like it's an original video. It's him reacting to somebody else's video. And also his entire like career is founded off other people's music. So yeah, he's probably unfair to get mad then. In return, Activision launched a lawsuit against Anthony. What the fuck even happened to Crash Team Rumble? Like, I've never heard a soul bring up that game. I don't even know what that game is about. Like, I just assume it's fucking Crash Bandicoot Fall Guys. It's probably because Categories never made a video about it. That was like the second to last Crash Bandicoot game released, by the way. It was actually the last, but it'll always be the second in my heart. I think the most I've ever like thought of that game ever was only in like middle school gym class, where I found like these trading cards for them on the ground, and there was a Spyro, and I wish I kept it. I love Spyro. It's like one of my favorite game series besides like Mario, PvZ, Portal, Smash Bros, and like Kirby. 6ix9ine. 6ix9ine is a rapper that makes terrible music, like the classic song Gucci Gang. I don't even know, why does this have an NSFW tag? Like, he's not like he's done anything morally wrong besides assault my ears. But what has he done? Oh, Jack's Films. Did my computer fucking crash after I just said that? Okay, I won't talk about him then. SS Sniper Wolf. SS Sniper Wolf is a YouTuber that posts reaction videos. She's pretty annoying, but she didn't do anything like morally wrong. That wasn't until she showed up to the guy that FBI agents monitoring my computer don't want me to say, and took a picture of his house saying, "Let's talk like adults," and posted it to her Instagram. One thing I didn't mention about that guy, that he absolutely hates Sniper Wolves. He hates her so much that he has a whole channel called JJ Guy, the FBI agent told me to talk about, dedicated to making fun of the reaction genre. So it's pretty obvious why she targeted the guy in specific. This resulted in her account being temporarily demonetized. Bongo Cat. Bongo Cat is an animation of a cat playing the bongos. This is fine. This is fine refers to a comic made by Shmorky, where a dog sits in a fire and says, "This is fine." I've never seen like the full comic before. I didn't know the dog just died. Like he just straight died at the end. This is off the cuff. I didn't write this in the script. I found this after while downloading an image of it. There's a part 2, or not, I guess not part 2. It's a fucking multiverse alternate universe situation. Yes, the fucking "This is fine" dog has a multiverse counterpart. It's like he gets up, gets a fire extinguisher. Apparently, it's about like Harambe the gorilla. Did Harambe burn his house down? Did like somebody burn his house down because Harambe died? Why did they burn down his house? What does this mean? Why did Shmorky make this? Oh yes, Shmorky. Remember that guy for later. Teleporter. Teleporter is a YouTube animator. What I personally recognize him for, and what you probably recognize him for, is his Newt Newt Penguin animation, where, you know, Pengu does the, you know, Newt Newt like he always does, and then, I don't know, he gets really scared. I checked some other videos on this channel, expecting him to be like a meme animator. He's not that, actually. He has 3 million subscribers, and I know what each and every one of those subscribers are. Like 12-year-olds whose parents check their search history. He also has like a Patreon. I couldn't possibly imagine what he makes on there. I think like the Pengu animation is his only animation without fucking titties in it. Even the fucking, I clicked on this like Stickman one thinking, oh, maybe this one will be normal. No, it has titties in it. Vine Sauce. Vine Sauce is the second most famous influencer with V at the start of their name and sauce at the end of it, and the second most famous internet thing with Vine in his name. He's one of the most popular gaming streamers and is pretty influential to the history of the internet. I personally recognize him from the hate he has in Robot 64. I don't even think Vine Sauce ever played that game. I think just C-Cap just like Vine Sauce. The Mandela Catalog and Analog Horror. The Mandela Catalog is an analog horror series set in Mandela County, where creatures called alternates terrorize the town. I was gonna watch like the entire series, but it's like 3 hours long, so I don't really feel like that. While it may not be the first analog horror, it's definitely what popularized it. Some other analog horror series include Local 58, The Backrooms Found Footage, Gemini Home Entertainment, The Walton Files, Dr. Nowhere, the 237, 36, 478 to the power of 10 different FNAF horror VHS series, and everybody's favorite, Urban Spook. First of all, I don't know why this is in tier 2. I'd say it should be in tier 3, but that's not important. Oh, by the way, this was the entry I was referring to with the Shooting Stars one. Now, I would have actually not known for this if it weren't for, of all things, Sergeant Braphog.
In the interest of Sergeant Braphog.
I was looking him up for some fucking reason, and I found an image of Rule of Everything, and I thought it was interesting, so I clicked on it. I didn't watch the video, though. I just kind of looked at him. I also remember seeing the thumbnail in my recommendations once, but never clicking on it. Rule of Everything is a song by Tally Hall that's most famous for its music videos. It has this universe thing, and then it zooms into this little chalk guy named Juno, and then he sees the sun in the sky, and then he does mitosis, and then his clones build a slingshot and launch him into the sun, and then he goes to this weird clay world, and then he goes into this black guy's mouth, and then the wax guy decides he's gonna build a rocket ship.
And the time goes by, and then it's revealed that it's the ruler of everything, or as I'm gonna call him, Cosmos guy, turning the lever that makes time fly. And then ruler of everything starts humping the planet, and the wax guys are on it. And then other shock guys start popping out of the sun, and then they decided they're gonna go into other wax guys' mouth too. And then they do mitosis in the people's mouth, and then the ruler of everything turns the lever again, and then the clay people are building a rocket ship, and the ship farts blood, and then it goes to the guy's hallway, and then more spaceships come, and then they go to the bathroom, and then they pull out some clay and make a cross out of a plunger on the, and then they make a conveyor belt, and then ruler of everything comes, and then the shock guys come out of the whack guys, and then they attack ruler of everything, and they start eating all the color from the world. It's not easy to follow. Now, since my only exposure to this before watching the video was that Sergeant Brathog article and his thumbnail saying that it's about time, which I think if you're not Helen Keller, it's pretty obvious. I'm gonna make my own personal theory because it's more fun that way instead of just watching a YouTube video. The Cosmos guys isn't actually the ruler of everything, but the Shockmen are. Editing me, I just realized I didn't explain why I think the Shock guys are the ruler of everything, so let me explain. First of all, they killed ruler of everything, which means they're more powerful. And then, I think it'd make more sense for the representation of time to be infinite amounts of beings instead of just one, because you know, time is infinite. Third, the line, "Do you like how my face disintegrates in shock?" Like I'm gonna say later, time is also death, so I think that makes sense. And you know, I've been calling them shock guys, so. And also this one part of the video where the shock guy, while he's in the wax guy's mouth, he raises his hands, and the wax guy also raises his hand, so that's basically just implying that he rules him, so. The sun they launch themselves into is just supposed to represent the Big Bang, the sun representing something really hot. Affect the humans with themselves, since their time is also death, and you know, they die at the end. All the little wax people, conveyor belts, and rocket ships, those are humanity at the end of its life cycle. And then killing God, or the Cosmos dude, is saying that God isn't the ruler of everything, time is. And after all that, what we're left with is an empty void, the void of anything. I think it's a pretty good theory. Kinda crazy how Ruler of Everything isn't even Tally Hall's most popular song. It's hidden in the sand.
We were playing in the sand.
You know, that music that played in the background of those old creepy TikToks. I know there's a fucking zoomer ass way of describing it, but that's just how I recognize it. It's pretty cool. I love the rubber hose aesthetic, like, you know me, you've seen my avatar, I love that shit. I kind of understand why it's more popular than Ruler of Everything. I mean, I still think it's worse than Ruler of Everything, but, you know, it functions as a much better and more understandable video than Ruler of Everything. I also watched Turn the Lights Off. It's pretty cool. I really love, like, little sketchy aesthetics they're going for. It looks like an intro for a cartoon, you see. Like some kid goes into his closet, into a monster world. That sounds like an actual show. Is it an actual show? Let me look it up. No. Yeah, I thought that'd be a slam dunk. There's not a show about that? Banana Man.
You see Banana Man hopping over on the white hot sand.
Like Rule of Everything is another song I saw in my recommendations but never clicked on it. For some fucking reason, I thought it was a heavy nu metal song. When it's a song about some guy singing about how much he loves bananas. I don't know where I came to that conclusion. It's pretty funny and sometimes scary. And I mean sometimes scary. Most of this shit is hilarious as fuck. I spelled hilarious wrong and put a dot instead of a space after it. And I got this website called hilarious.it. And I clicked on it thinking it'd be like a cool internet mystery. And you know, I just like found a gem roll. But no. It's not even up, so fuck me, I guess. I was gonna eat a banana for this, but I don't have a banana, and the only other fruit I have is a disgusting red apple. Listen, if it's not Granny Smith, then I don't want it, so instead I'm gonna eat this rice cake.
Good day. Welcome to Tally Hall.
Can I get a T? And if you hit me with the ALLY, then you'd see why the hall is here for y'all. Well, the mini mall is calling us all in.
Also probably took a fucking ages to come make. Like, imagine just taking all those photos and then you have to like seamlessly put them on each time. That just seems so crazy to me. It also functions as a great introduction to the band in general, which is fitting since I think this was the first song they made. Well, not first song they made, but I think it's the first song on their first album. The Whole World and You.
There's lots of pretty people here sharing sotries and passing letters, and there's lots of questions answered and metaphysical, astronomical songs.
Has these wooden puppets and a bunch in the theater singing on stage, which I think is really cool because it sounds like something you'd hear in a musical, so it fits pretty well. Also, the album it came on, Marvin's Mechanical Museum, is based off a real place, and this looks like something that would 100% come from there. Somehow I forgot to mention this, but at the end, with the guy singing, the straight gets shot. Like, I don't know how I missed that. Dream. That actually isn't interesting. I'm sorry for bringing it up. And Two Wolf, which disguises itself as a ghost hunting video and then becomes a music video like 75% of the way through. That's just such a cool bait and switch. I could keep going on. There's a bunch of other videos they upload, and I haven't even mentioned like Hawaii Part 2, but I like to actually upload instead of watching Tally Hall all day. And technically, I didn't even have to talk about Tally Hall. I just had to talk about Ruler of Everything. But like, I just wanted to. They're such a cool band. They're just so charming, and like I can't really describe them. It really does feel like, you know, like the album they made suggests. A Marvel's Mechanical Museum. There have been like a few attempts to like remake Rule of Everything, but honestly, I like them less. The Rule of Everything is just such a good video. It's so cryptic, yet if you read really close, you can understand what it's saying. And I think it's well deserved its spot on the Iceberg. I wouldn't change a thing about it. Why the fuck is the Milky Way on his Milky Way? Thank you for watching till the end. If you're expecting something of this quality from episode 1, you're not gonna get that. Once again, please do not watch it. The script was probably like 10 times longer than anything I wrote for school. Maybe 20. The Rule of Everything segment alone was probably longer than them. You know, it's almost like when someone writes about something they actually give a shit about, they're magically a better author. No, actually, let's make them write about synthetic milk. Oh, and by the way, the first parts wasn't longer because I didn't have a script. I was just improvising everything. Once again, do not watch this video. This video. I think for every sidebar image, I'm gonna make one part. So since there are 3 sidebar images in tier 2, this is going to be 3 parts. I was considering just skipping though all the way to tier 6 because that's where things get interesting, but entries like Sonic Die EXE, Siren Head, El Sege, Anthony Fantano, and especially Ruler of Everything make me happy I didn't. Now there's a little game attached to the Iceberg, so I'm gonna go play it. The game is basically see what tiers you qualify for. If you know 40% of the entries in them, then you qualify for it. Now, obviously, the guy who loves the internet so much that he would decide to become syphilis. Syphilis? Isn't that an STD? Syphilis. You know, would know who would qualify for the tier 2 addict. Oh yeah, here's the different types I made for the entries, you know. I consider types 4 and 5 not knowing, and types 3, 2, and 1 knowing. So out of the 165 entries in this video, 15 were in type 5, and 7 were in type 4. Meaning I only didn't know 22 entries out of the video. Shockingly, one of them was Ruler of Everything, despite how long I talked about that video. I didn't know what it was till now, so. Type 3, there were only 5 entries in type 3, meaning it was the one that happened the least. Unsurprisingly, type 2 had the most with 111. and type 1 had 27 entries. Meaning I knew about 143. Anyways, I don't know how to end this video, so I'm gonna eat another rice cake.